when I became more involved with the BPS, I agreed to take over the role of an officer position. So in those days the society was organised in a completely different way to the way it is today. It didn't have a permanent headquarters. The officers were distributed around the country. There were no permanent staff, so everything had to be done using the help of your students, your postgrads, your postdocs or postgrads, or else your PA if you had one. So the first job I took over, the first major job I took over, was meeting secretary, and this was a 3-year appointment which involved organising 4 meetings a year for 3 years, and I had to travel around the country seeing people, checking up on their arrangements for their meeting. I saw all the abstracts that were produced, I helped sort them into piles, I helped construct the programme, and I vetted the entertainment suggestions and so on. It's quite a demanding job, and in those days once you were meeting secretary, you automatically went on to serve a further 3 years as general secretary, which was the old name for president as it's called now. So this was a further job with different responsibilities, including the general strategic direction of the society, and often chairing many meetings, and most crucially of all, reading the social minutes after dinner at every meeting of the society, which again I'm afraid is a nice tradition which has unfortunately gone by the wayside. But these years were, although they were very, very demanding, but in those days it was considered part of your overall obligations as an academic to help run the scientific infrastructure. In fact, everyone was expected to play a role in running the national science infrastructure, and so it was not exceptional to do these jobs. Nowadays it seems to have changed, and everybody seems to be so much more accountable for their time that any outside commitment that doesn't immediately result in grant money flowing in is rather frowned upon in some circles. But it never used to be, and I think the society was all run by volunteers in those days, and it functioned perfectly well.